Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Sherry. It's good to
How are
see
you?
you.
Good to see you again.
Good. How have you been doing on this crazy ride we're on in the world today?
It continues to get more interesting
Yeah,
and confusing all at the same time.
I know. It's like grab the popcorn, folks.
Yeah, I try to just keep my center by focusing on the present moment and what I need to do in the present moment
Yeah,
and focusing on all the good things in life. That's what I need to do for myself.
I know. That's what we all need to do for
I
ourselves.
know we do, really, really do.
Well, I just wanted to say I wanted to have people sign up for my newsletter. I have a bi-monthly newsletter where I tell what's going on in the world and how to help navigate these energies. So be sure and sign up for my free newsletter. I'll have the information on where to sign up, below the video. So be sure and do that. And then like and subscribe, those things that help us so much.
And you have a subscription program
Yes.
which was really good at the end of July, right? You dug pretty deep into some things that really helped the people on that call. I thought
Yeah.
that was a very good that was a good call.
Yeah, well, I like to tell people the truth about things and then give them ways to navigate. Can I help them get through it
Right, 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 right.
and in a positive way. So, yeah. And there's so much more coming. So again, get the
Oh, Lordy.
popcorn.
Uh-huh.
So, so today I want to talk about the global effects of this stellium with Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. And remember that the North Node represents the direction for humanity. It's not just a little inconsequential thing, it's a huge thing. And this particular uh, group of planets together in the sign of Taurus, it's been 2000, well, it's been since 324 BC that this happened before. It's that rare,
The stylium.
this stellium, and it's
Wow.
so powerful. And so I wanted to touch on that first, and then we'll talk about, the full moon in Aquarius, this super moon, and we'll go into some of the things that are going on and how again we can navigate this stuff and improve our position, by just the things that we do internally. So anyway, let's talk about that stellium. When Mars hit Uranus and the North Node, it was like an ignition. It was like a trigger for setting up these turbulent and explosive events that are going to happen through the end of the year. It's not just those days, July 31st and August 1st. Those powerful energies are still in effect, and they're explosive, unexpected, out of the blue things. And of course, we saw one today, the FBI, you know,
Yeah.
raiding Trump's Millargo residence, whether you believe it needed to happen or not, it's never happened before.
Not right. It's not right yet.
Yeah, it's never happened before, and it's causing, again, ripple effects moving forward. And what's happening on the Earth with this stellium, it represents a cleanup or a mopping up of the mess across the planet. This stuff isn't just happening in the United States, it's happening all over the world in countries. I mean, we've seen several leaders leave. There are going to be more that will leave voluntarily or be removed, including Biden, I believe, before the end of the year. Okay, so several countries are going to be going through this. And so you have to think about it that all of this explosive stuff is literally a cleanup operation by the powers, the global powers, that are helping us. And so these issues that it brings up have to do with security issues, the economy, and finances. Taurus represents money. Okay. And so we get Uranus in there and, quick and sudden changes in our economy, in our money. And, there are a lot of people that are suggesting that this is being done on purpose. And I guess more of that will come out as we move forward. Okay. So the other thing that's interesting, Venus represents our money, and Venus is moving into what is called or termed combust of the sun. That means it's getting very, very close to the sun, and the sun's rays and beams overshadow Venus, so you don't see it. We don't get the energy of it. And what that has to do with is that stocks will go down and up and down. Economy and global issues will be important for us to look at that time, because without Venus there helping, it's going to make everything more difficult for a period of time. And this will last for a few days. Okay. So Venus things will struggle during that time. Okay. People are anxious right now and feeling unprotected. The bigger
Yeah.
picture is a global awakening through this hot energy igniting everything. See, Venus hitting Uranus, not Venus, excuse me, Mars hitting Uranus is projecting this hot energy. Okay.
And how long is that hot energy going to be in place?
Well, it's going to be there a while. It's going to be there a while. So right now, Mars is at 24 degrees Taurus, actually right conjunct my sun. Boy, I sure feel it too. It's like on my head right now, Mars in Taurus, and Uranus is, affecting Taurus, and I'm like all Taurus. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that right now. And so people need to understand the bigger picture. It's not just, the individual with Mars on their head, like it is with me. It has to do with the world. This has to do with a global awakening. All of this stuff is to wake us up, to see that there's more going on than what we had anticipated, and also just shocks like, whoa, like what happened, today. And so this energy of Mars, Uranus is igniting everything around the world. And that's why I say, grab the popcorn, put on your seatbelt, and sit down. It's literally like watching a intense thriller movie play out right real time in front of us. And that's exactly what it is. So in fact, I think this stuff with the FBI today is just the beginning. This is just setting things in motion. And the next, August is huge, but the next several months are just going to be one thing right after another. It's not going to stop until a lot of the stuff is cleaned up, until all of the evil, the nefarious plots and plans are exposed, because we can't move forward with confidence with anything if we don't see the truth of things. This is all about exposing the truth of things, okay? Shocking truths coming forward. August is an enormous month for truths and things coming out. The big picture is the speedy awakening and evolution. Uranus is upgrading our consciousness, helping us make quantum leaps forward, destroying old systems and structures to facilitate a higher state of being. That's what's happening. Lots of planets right now are in fixed signs. Now, the fixed signs that hold the power are Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo. Those are the 4 fixed signs that hold the power. And right now we have 6 planets in fixed signs. And what that is, a fixed person is one that is stubborn, that will not give in. And so people are taking very clear opposing views of things right now. Just with the FBI Malargo thing today, you've got the Dems on the news cheering, and you've got the Republicans saying, this was
overreach.
overreach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're already seeing that, but there's much more to come. And so we've got the sun and Venus in Leo. We've got the moon and Saturn in Aquarius. And we've got Uranus and Mars in Taurus. That's 6 planets out of the 9. That's a lot, people digging in their heels. And so it's just very, very interesting. The fixed signs are the movers and shakers, making things happen. Powerful energies forcing us to change our values and see corruption more clearly. This is leading up to the final and 4th square of Saturn and Uranus.
Which is December?
No, the actual exactitude at 18 degrees of those planets will be on September 30th.
Oh.
Now the orb of influence of it, I mean, they're already in orb of influence, okay? And that can mean with Saturn and Uranus, an outer planet could be 15 degrees before it's exact and 15 degrees after. That's why when it happens, there's already this stuff going on. It's just the most powerful and will be, on September 30th and several days, after that. But you'll want to see where this stylium of the Uranus Mars and the North Node, and where the Uranus square Saturn is actually in your chart and what it's impacting in your life. That's extremely important that people understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's interesting because you and I work monthly, right? You're astrologically coaching me once a month, and I look and say, where's my chart? What's going on this month? And you're able to help me navigate kind of what's coming up along the way. So I'm grateful for that. So we'll wait until September to talk about September 30th and what house that's going through, so you can kind of help me navigate. But I do want to back that up because it's been helpful with the astrological coaching and then the spiritual coaching all at the same time. It's been such a big help for me to navigate things without worrying so much.
Well, and I think the coaching is very powerful too, from the perspective of helping people with their behavioral issues, going through difficult aspects. How I've got all this stuff going on, how do I navigate it? And helping people do that is important to me.
Oh, right. So like the one time when we talked and I said, oh, I was so triggered I was so angry, like I'm usually not that mad, and I was just so triggered this week. And you go, oh, well, that makes sense because here's what's going on astrologically. And then you'll say, but remember, these are some strategies for you to handle that the next time that comes around, so that you can let it flow through you and not get so attached to that particular emotion. And that helps me so much. So
good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that it helps you so much. And I love doing it. I love helping people in that way. This square between Uranus and Saturn, you have to, and it's at 18 degrees Taurus, which is the same as the stellium, 18 degrees Taurus. Saturn will be at 18 degrees Aquarius, all fixed signs, okay? And you have to remember that Saturn represents the old and represents centralization, okay? Uranus is the new and represents decentralization. Isn't that interesting? And the predominant aspects for the rest of the year are set into motion with this. And what are they? The power of the state. Are we going to allow fascist control? Because that's what it's about. That's what's going to be creeping in, sometimes not so creeping, sometimes blatantly coming in, controlling the people, fascist control. And it's not just here in the United States. I mean, look what's happened in the Netherlands. Look what's happened in Canada. Look what's been happening in Australia, where people are getting less and less, or having less and less freedom. So radical changes we will see, and it's going to be interesting. I'm going to give you some ways to be able to navigate that too. Now let's address the full supermoon in Aquarius on the 11th, okay? This moon, the supermoon, is the closest the moon is to the earth. That's why they call it a supermoon, because it's so close to the earth. If you look out and look at the full moon, you'll see that it looks bigger, and it is. It can be up to 14% bigger than when the moon is further away. So it looks really large. And it affects more dramatically the gravitational pull on the earth. So you typically have more earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, flooding, stuff with the water. We're already seeing that. The Uranus Mars has to do with that too. So this is just adding to that explosive, disruptive energy. So we have the moon, okay? And this moon is also conjunct Saturn. Now, that's not a happy moon, the moon conjunct Saturn. Saturn is not a happy planet. Saturn is a planet of work and restriction and take care of business, The moon represents the people, and it represents emotion. So this is people of the world and the emotions that they feel. And here comes Saturn, talking about or giving us the energetic pull of let's take care of business. Let's pay attention. That's what it's saying. Pay attention and take care of business. How do we want to take care of that business? That is up to each one of us, So anyway, then the moon is square Mars at the same time.
Oh.
Moon Mars is anger, and it's fiery energy. Hot heads are prevailing. You already see it now. Okay. And everything is within orb because this moon is, a day and a half away. So, the energy's already there. So we've got that going. And then we also have the Saturn square Uranus and the North Node, which represents the future of humanity. And I brought that up before. And this is all setting the stage to the final square of Uranus and Saturn on, September 30th, where it will be exact. It's in the orb of influence right now. So we're feeling it. It's just getting closer and stronger and closer and stronger. And it will stay in effect for like 15 degrees past the exactitude on the 30th. Okay. So anyway, this is a time where it's finishing up the destruction of the old that no longer serves us. Okay. This final square will set everything in motion and pave the way for a new, free, and bright future. But the old has to die. And there's still people clinging to the old. It's amazing to me that after 2 years of the pandemic, and I believe that.
Almost 3.
Yeah. People are still saying, well, it's going to be back to normal. It isn't. It never will be back to normal. You have to figure out how to navigate these control energies, in order to live your best life in a whole new environment and energy. People don't realize that these are permanent changes that are coming in their mind, in the fascist mind. These are permanent changes, but they don't have to be permanent if we don't let them. Okay. We have a choice in our future. And we cannot lose sight of our power of creation. Okay. We can win this battle by visualizing the high frequency utopia that we desire. Okay. Frequency is everything. And you've got to get that in your head, raising your frequency. The entities that are striving to control the world are very low frequency beings. Okay. Second, third, and low fourth dimensional beings. The way we win is to keep our frequency higher than theirs. Now let me repeat that. The way we win is to keep our frequency higher than theirs because they can't go there. They're
So
too,
how do we do that? How do we do that?
well, we come from the heart. You protect yourself from their malefic and nefarious plans when your frequency is high and you come from love and gratitude or directly from the heart. So this requires, daily practice, reading, keeping that frequency high, holding your power, not giving it away to all of this stuff. Yes, you can see it. It's like watching a movie, but there are a lot of people that go, bonkers over what happened today. Well, you watch it and you observe it. Can you change it? No. So you don't give your power away to it. I watched it and went, oh, this is interesting. I wonder who's going to play what card next. It's not like I'm giving my power and getting all upset and emotional. It actually made me laugh. I mean, and it's not funny for those involved, but it's like, oh, what card are they going to play next? It's a big game for them. And if you think otherwise, if you think it's just incidental or arbitrary, then you're not paying attention. You need to pay attention to, the plans that are
Like a big chess game.
It's a chess game, a huge chess game. Yeah. So if you are wondering what to do with your life when the economy is down, what are you good at? What do you love to do? What brings you joy? And then what you have to do is find a way to provide value to what you love and do and share it. That's what I do. I'm good at it. I love it. And I share it. Okay. That's what you need to be doing. Authentic people are attracted to authentic products. Authentic people are attracted to authentic products. Work with local, like-minded, heart-centered people. This will be our place of community and networking, always on a local level, okay?
I know so many people right now, Wendy, that are doing that.
Know it.
People that are really good at gardening. Like we have a neighbor, he helped us set up our whole garden this year. Like it's not our gift. And he's just so good at it. And we got to do that. But just that's one example of, hey, let me help you plant that. Let me help you select all the right soils and things that need to go in there to have an organic garden. It's very nice.
I know, and I love that. So we're building grassroots organizations locally moving forward.
Right.
That's the way of the future. Bartering, trading, all of those things. So that's where you need to be focusing right now, not holding on, going, oh my gosh, nothing's going to be the same. No, it's not going to be the same. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit and be upset about it? That's a waste of your energy, isn't it? Figure out what you're good at and then tell other people about it and help other people like this guy with the gardening. That's the wave of the future. Okay. The other stuff will crumble because it's not heart-centered. It's money-centered. Yes, we all need to make money. We have to survive. So we do it with authenticity and not greed.
It was great when we were doing your astrology readings with me because I wasn't sure what my gifts were, or I kind of knew, and I wasn't 100% sure, but when we worked together, it sort of validated what was in my heart, and I'm like not necessarily doing what I wanted to do. So now it's like, take that gift and go do something with it. And it makes you kind of shift things around. So yeah, it was really nice to get that validation because some people don't know what they're good at anymore.
They don't. People ask me all the time, well, what's my path? What did I come here to do? And the first obvious question is, what brings you joy?
Yeah, right.
That's what you came here to do. Now figure out how to use it to bless other people.
Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is all the time. Well, think about it. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Maybe it's babysitting babies.
Oh,
that's simple. Do you know what I'm saying? It can be simple. Don't make it so hard. Just look at your life and what you've done that brings you joy. You know, I counsel so many people that when like they were in high school and early college, you know, they would write and they would paint, and then life set in and they had to work and they had to make money, and they left all of that stuff that brought them joy behind. And I'm looking at their charts going, well, what art are you doing? Oh, well, no, I haven't done that. Well, what are you writing? Oh, no, I had to let that go. I just did that. It's like, okay, it's time. That's what you should be doing. Your chart tells that that's what will make you happy. Do it. Take a class. Start working on it. There's so many things you can do to experiment to determine what it is that you want to move forward with. But don't sit back and play the victim. None of us are victims. We all have free will and choice. Do something with it. Move forward with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, there's so much going on. There's so much that I would like to tell you about what I've just learned in the last week, even, but I can't talk about it in this forum. And that's why I created the subscription program. I'm, you know, censored in what I can say. I'm throttled. So please join my subscription program. There is so much information, so much important understanding that's been coming out, that people are getting downloads and just all kinds of things. And some of this information will be so helpful and make the pieces to the puzzle come together more clearly. So please, my next subscription Zoom is on the 29th of August. And so much more is going to happen before then. I mean, keeping up with everything that's coming out is just like, oh my God, you know, but I want to share it with you. I want to enlighten you so that you can make better choices and understand the truth of what's going on. I also want to thank all of you for your continued support. You know, that you keep coming back. You're so kind and so loving to me, and working with all of you brings me such joy. You have to understand how much I love it. Reach out.
She means that.
Reach out to me if you need a reading and see where all these aspects, you know, are affecting your life, and I can help you navigate them.
You know, Wendy, I think it would be fun to bring somebody on just to kind of show you what a reading would be like. We'll have to do that sometime.
I think that would be a good idea. Some people are still so afraid of an astrology reading. It's like, nee, 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 nee. And then when they finally do it, they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea how helpful this is.
Yeah, I feel like it's like you're just trying to find the best parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And understanding the parts that are weaker that you can navigate to morph it into something more positive when they do come.
I tell you what your challenges are, and I tell you what your gifts are. And the goal is to minimize the challenges and maximize the gifts. And that's what I help you to do. So you get more joy out of your life. Yeah. But there's nothing scary or evil about it at all. So how can I help? Let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in for another couple months of fiery, explosive energy.
And big changes. Big changes.
Hopefully some of them are good.
Well, you have to understand things have to change before the new can be implemented.
How bad does it have to get?
Well, you know, I don't know. Look at the things that they've started. And I know just like this week, there's supposed to be huge other things coming out. And I don't know what they are. I just know that they're coming. And some of it will just be even more explosive than what happened today, a lot more. So just like I say, hold on to your seats, folks. And it's just like a big movie playing out, and it's fun in a sense that you go, oh, they're playing this card. Oh, how interesting. I wonder what the ripple effects will be, rather than going, oh my God, this is terrible. No, look at it as a game and watching this game play out, and things have to break down in order for us to be able to implement the new.
Very good.
So that's the way it is.
Well, thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome. It's good to see you, Sherry.
Good to see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, I guess.
The
What's
end
up?
of the month. We'll see you again at the end of the month for the next,
Yeah.
for the new moon,
Yep.
and go over some of the glorious plays that have been made.
Oh, and where can people reach you if they want to reach you? Wendy at
Well,
Wendy.
Wendy at wendycicchetti .com is one where you can email me, but I'll have everything, below the
The
video.
links below.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
and I look forward to hearing from you.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Bye,
love.
Wendy. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Love to all.
Bye.